Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a review on a brow product, which you guys know if you've seen any of my other videos that I am very particular about my brows. I think I have lip gloss on my teeth. Alright, I think we're good. I'm very particular about my brows. I like them to be a certain way. If this is not your cup of tea, that's cool. You could still kind of get a feel for if this product may or may not be good for you in a slightly different usage. But for me, I like my brows to be like this. I like them to be bushy. I like them to be natural. I don't fill them in at all. I only use one product on them. I don't like to go in with like pomade and powder and gel and yada yada yada. I ain't got time for it. And more importantly, I just don't like a really severe brow on me, and I feel like whenever I fill them in, it's very like, whoa, she's angry. So I just like to be a little bit more natural, and actually this one I'm growing in a little bit more because I did get a mole removed, so he shaved a little bit of my eyebrow, and we're just trying to grow it back. So this one is a little bit on the struggle bus, forgive it. But basically this is my favorite brow, and that's how I want this one to look. So my current favorite brow product, I'm going to mention this one because I did compare this product to my favorite one, and my favorite one is the Maybelline Brow Precise. I have a full review on this further down on my channel. I will link it in the description box below. This is what the brush looks like on this one, and it does have little fibers in there. I don't know if you'll be able to see because this never wants to focus up close, but there are teeny tiny little fibers sticking off the very end of it here. So that's my favorite one. Let me go ahead and put a swatch there. I will have swatch pictures also so that you can see what these all look like in flash and no flash, and so that you can compare those. But this is the color of my favorite one, and it is the color blonde, just plain old blonde in the Maybelline one. Now for this video, I chose to get the Easy Breezy Brow Shape and Define Mascara, brow mascara from CoverGirl. Now these retail on Ulta's website for $8.99. I did check my local Walmart this morning, and these sell there for $6.94, so you can get it a little bit cheaper. Now the CoverGirl ones come in 6 different colors, no 5. 5 different colors, and I have them pulled up over here, so I'm going to tell you what they are. They are soft blonde, golden blonde, soft brown, honey brown, and rich brown. And for me, I initially started off with soft blonde because I figured this is going to be the exact color that I want. It's actually a very similar color to the color coding that is on the Maybelline one. And then that did not work out, and you will see why in a minute. But then I went for honey brown because soft brown does look quite a bit deeper than my natural brow color. And then obviously rich brown is almost black. And then golden blonde seemed very red toned. So I was kind of in a pickle. So I ended up with soft blonde and honey brown. Now, let me show you what the wand looks like on these. This is almost like a typical mascara wand. It's that big. I don't like the super tiny brow wands. The ones like Gimme Brow, that's so tiny. I feel like that's better for like precision work. But if you got a lot of brow you're working with, it's a little bit too small to really get the job done. So this one, I was excited that it had kind of a bigger brush. But I did wonder if it was going to be a little bit too big. That was not an issue. The brush was not terrible on this. Before I go any further, I am going to insert a clip of me applying the honey brown one to my eye, and then I will also put in pictures of honey brown, pictures of soft blonde, on my eyebrows so that you can see the difference between the two, and then also a picture of my favorite one on my brow. So you'll see all 3 of those, you'll see the swatch pictures, and then we're going to come right back here. So now that you've seen those, I will just go ahead and show you again what the swatches look like right now on my hand, because I have already did them, so why not, right? So here we have my favorite one. Okay, that's the perfect color for me, the Maybelline one. This is Honey Brown. Was that what it's called? Yes, Honey Brown, which is, what kind of color is that? I don't even know. This looks like very red toned, almost like clay color. I honestly don't know anybody who has brows this exact color. And the same for Soft Blonde. This is practically the color of Elmer's glue. It's almost white. And whenever you put it on your brows, it looks white on your brows. I would say the closest thing that I can think of to say that this looks like is the MAC Paint Pot in Painterly. It's that kind of pinkish, taupey, very light color. Guys, I don't know anybody who has brows in either of these colors. So first off, the colors are just absolute crap. The only two that I feel like are actual brow colors are the Soft Brown, which is still darker than this, and then Rich Brown, which is clearly almost black. I feel like the Golden Blonde is very red in tone. Like, it's just not a color that I have ever really seen on anybody that I've seen, and I drive a truck for a living, so I see a lot of different people. Perhaps a redhead could maybe get away with it, but I feel like even then, a lot of the redheads that I see have a little bit of a deeper brow than that. So that was very strange. Can you imagine whenever I first put on this blonde color, I was like, you've got to be kidding me. It was very disappointing to, number one, have spent the money on it and then it was crap. And I know I can return it, but I'm just really bad about returning, and I wanted to do the review video for you guys, and I've had these for about a month. So I'm not going to return a product like that after it's been so long. It's a learning lesson, and now you guys can see how these are before you go out and waste your money on them. So if you can get over the color issue, let's say you're able to use Soft Brown or Rich Brown. If you can use those, let's get into how they actually perform. I don't feel like the brush is too bad to apply it with. You saw in the demo, I could apply it pretty easily. How I applied it is how I apply every single, you know, brow gel, brow product, whatever you want to call it. Every time I apply it, I kind of wiggle it, move up, wiggle it, move up. And then once I'm done, I just on the tail lay down the hairs a little bit, and that's it. So that wasn't terrible. Now on to how it actually performs throughout the day. With the current one, which I'm wearing today, the Maybelline one, I didn't want to be filming a bunch of videos with bad brows, so I did wear the Maybelline one today because it is clearly the best out of the three. But with this one, I would say that the brows, they're set, but it almost feels like, almost like touching patent leather. I think I mentioned this in my review of it, but it's like almost that little bit of like tack, but it's dry. So it's like a lacquer feeling almost. And with these, oh my gosh, with these, they do dry down completely, no tack feeling. It just feels like almost like you have like a hairspray or something on, you know. But at the end of 4 hours on both of these, my brow hairs were not still standing up. They weren't in line. They were just as if I had just washed my face or something. And I could still feel the product in there, but they weren't holding the brow hairs in place anymore. So this does not last a full day's wear. It doesn't even last half a day's wear. So I was really disappointed in that. I really don't think that there's anything good that I can particularly say about this product, except that the wand is decent if you have enough brows to work with. If you have very sculpted brows or very sparse brows, this wand is going to be way too big for you, in my opinion. I think that it would eventually get really messy if you're trying to, you know, work with it. This is the wand straight out of the tube, and look at these globs of product on there. So you really have to knock a lot of it off on the end. You have to knock it off on the edge of it also. So a lot of product comes out all at once. And that's not good whenever working with brows, because you really want it to be, you know, precise. You don't want it to end up everywhere. Trying to think. Oh, you know what? Also, these don't have any fibers in it. It is literally just the liquid brow product, whereas the Maybelline one does have fibers. So I feel like I do get kind of a filling in effect, a volumizing, because this does say it's a fiber volumizer, effect from the Maybelline one, whereas the CoverGirl one was just straight up color and that's all you get. And especially since it doesn't really hold your brows in place, you're not even getting the hold. So you're getting basically a brow tint, if the color will even work for you. But I honestly don't know what they were thinking with these colors. Like, especially that blonde one. Ain't nobody got brows that color. I mean, come on. Maybe 0.5% of the world's population have brows that color. And I feel like a lot of the super platinum blonde toe-headed people out there, girls and boys, they will tend to, as they get older, tint their brows so that it's a little bit less jarring, because you almost get that like no brow look whenever it's that light. So everyone that I've known that has super blonde hair always gets their brows a little bit more tinted, or they have naturally darker brows. So there you go on that. Don't waste your money on these. I think they are complete crap. There's just no other way to say it. Go for the Maybelline one if you have brows like mine, or if you like bushier brows. Go for this one. Throw these in the garbage. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Do not pick these up off the shelf. So that is it. That is my 45 cents on this product. I hope that you enjoyed this review, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye.